Welcome to our channel, We Connect. Today we have a very special guest, Gayathri, an expert parenting coach who has helped hundreds of families navigate modern parenting challenges with practical strategies and conscious awareness. Welcome to We Women Global Network and We Connect, Gayathri.
Hi, thank you so much for having me over. And I'm very excited to be here. And thank you, We Connect and We Women Global Network, for having me here. I'm super excited to talking to you all today.
Okay, this topic is very close to my heart. So, we are going to discuss modern parenting challenges today. Let's talk about the most important thing in today's world, which is screen time struggles, right?
Yeah.
So today many parents feel like screens have taken over their children's lives, phones, tablets, TVs, everywhere. Why has screen dependence become so intense in this generation, and what deeper emotional or lifestyle factors are driving it?
One of the biggest challenges, ever bigger than the pandemic itself, is the screen time challenges that we are facing today, right? So till a decade ago, screens were not there everywhere. Screens were there on the walls, right, in the form of TVs.
Yeah.
But now screens are everywhere. Did they go to the screen? Did
No.
we give them the screen?
Of course,
right?
as a parent. Yeah.
And we also should understand the difference between digital natives and digital adapters. So we are digital adapters, but they are digital natives. They are born in this era, right? So in this time, we cannot actually keep the screen away 100% from children, especially when they are in middle school or high school, right? For younger children, it is always suggested to stay away from screens. But let's see, are screens giving them the joy that we are not able to give?
Yeah, that's very important to understand. I think this is awareness, right?
Yes.
That's what we are talking.
So screens are not giving them the joy that they are getting addicted to. Screens are giving them the dopamine that we are not able to generate in real world, right? So initially it starts as, okay, I have work, so let me give TV to my child so I can finish my work. And even without us realizing, blink of an eye, they are on screens for a longer duration. And then it becomes a challenge for us to break that habit. For every problem that we have, I only follow 3 principles to it, right? First is calm. You stay calm. Second is your connection. You connect with your child. And third is your consciousness. So for children under 10, play is the best way to connect to the children. And now when you connect to children, you're conscious and drawing boundaries. So create no screen zones. Be the parent you are. No tablets or no handheld devices into their rooms. Have a conversation around screens and why they're not good for their health. There are so many documentaries that all of us can watch together to make a child understand why screen is not good. Create that awareness.
Yeah. So you're talking about awareness. Of course, there are so many things that a parent, parent can do. But for the audience, right? You just tell me, what's one emotional need parents can meet at home that naturally reduces screen dependence?
Connection. Why are children addicted to screens, addicted to video games? Because they are seen, they are heard, they are successful, they are understood, there are challenges, right? Create those in the real life. When connect, play with them, go into their world. And whatever you are not, you cannot ask your child to do.
Yeah, that's go to the lack of academic motivation. Many children today have access to good school, tutoring, sports, creativity, you name it, everything, all learning tools, yet parents often say their child lacks motivation. Why is motivation declining despite having more resources than ever before?
Very, very, very good question, Manorma, because this is something that most of the parents are going through, right?
Yeah.
Because one, I would say it's abundance. Everything is
Like you
more.
have everything, right?
Is more.
So,
Everything is more.
Yeah.
So they don't really feel there is no hunger,
Yeah.
right? And another reason is that we have killed curiosity. We are not raising learners, we are raising achievers. So when we are raising achievers, if we talk in the neuroscience perspective, the brain is always stimulated.
Yeah.
So you're picking up your child from school, from there to one class, from there to another class, from there to another class, come back, study, checklist. Where is the brain relaxing? And children would love to learn. All of us love to learn. That is how nature has made us, right? But we are killing that curiosity to learning. But that is phased into academic grades and checklists and competitions and all that, right?
So it's a lot of learning, seems like, right? For parents, it's like a parents need parenting, right?
See, that is why it is called parenting.
Parenting, right? It's not for kids.
It is never ever for children.
It is
always for parents. It's always like, where do I change? How do I change my approach? But I'm not saying you can't ask children to do anything. But how you ask matters the most. Your tone, your language, your body posture, your own emotions matter the most.
So we are adding a lot of pressure on kids, right? But how can parents encourage effort without adding pressure?
So when you want to, encourage the effort, don't talk about the end goal. It is about talk about the process. Suppose yesterday your child sat down for 20 minutes to do math. Today, if he sat down for 22 minutes, appreciate the effort of extending that for 2 minutes and putting time into his learning rather than focusing, you didn't get A plus or you got only A or why did you get a B? See, if
no judgment. You can say no judgment, right? Just do not give them pressure.
No judgment, no lecturing, but build the right skill. See,
so parents should, think about themselves, think about their own behavior, and that's why it is called awareness, right?
Right.
So let's talk about disrespect and backtalk, which is also very common in today's kids, right? Parents frequently feel hurt or confused by backtalk, eye rolling, and disrespectful behavior, right? Why is this becoming more common, and what is this behavior really communicating?
So this is one thing that is not today's problem, right? Screen is today's problem, but disrespect, backtalking, eye rolling goes a little longer than
but in our time it was not like that. I can say that for sure.
In our times it was not like that because we were very fearful of our parents. It was not out of respect. Sometimes it was out of fear.
But
see, today's generation again goes back to screen, right? So they are getting to overstimulated brains and they are not. See, if you ask a child how many real friends do you have, how much of real interaction that happens in a day is very minimal compared to our times. Suppose we were kids and we were friends and I would roll eyes at you. Tomorrow you might not be friends with me or we might not have a good relationship. I am conscious about that. If I disrespected a child or I was not behaving well with my friends or I was eye rolling or I was showing attitude or anything, I always worried that I will not have this same relationship tomorrow. But for today's generation children, it is very easy because they will just block and go to another friend. We don't even know if that other friend is real human, of their age or older, younger, a bot. We don't know.
Not this group, that group, right? Not this friend, that friend. So many possibilities.
They have that just delete. We never had that option. Right?
And
parents also have to understand sometimes not sometimes, most of the times outside world is very, very stressful for children.
Yeah.
When they come back home, they feel safe and they are just being themselves. So always, if they are disrespectful, don't take it personally. Don't think that it is always about you. It could be about their frustration and all. Then once they calm down, have a conversation with them. Hey, this was not very acceptable for me. Why? So most of the times they wouldn't even realize that they slammed the door or they roll their eyes because they are also going through a lot.
I'm glad you said that actually, because this is very important, because this thing, even I have seen adults are doing that same thing, overthinking, like everything is about them. They will think, everything like that person is doing because of this and that.
See, trust me or not, most of the mothers become, especially teenagers, punching bags.
Yeah.
I'm not saying accept that behavior. Don't react to that behavior. Calmly respond to that behavior and draw a boundary saying that this is not acceptable in our family.
So you are saying like you have to say that to the, to your child, like this is not acceptable. But my question is like, how can parents respond to backtalk without increasing conflict? Like if you say this, it can increase the conflict, but is there any other way?
See, if the child comes and there is backtalk going on or the child is not using the right words to the mother, don't react. Tell the child, hey, seems like you're having a rough day or a bad time. I am moving out right now. Let's talk when you calm down.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So once the child calms down and the mother is also in a different energy, then we can have a conversation through the connection.
Okay. Yeah.
So when both they are also agitated and we also get agitated, then it is
end of the
relationship.
Yes.
And later both of us will feel bad about what happened.
But in most cases, kids move on because they have their whole life ahead, and the parents are sitting at home or mom sitting at home. They
feel guilty about why did I raise my voice? I'm crying.
Yeah.
So why? So for that few seconds, just step back. Don't be in that energy. Then come back, revisit, have a conversation.
Yeah. I can say like it is kind of really, really tough situation.
Yes,
right?
It is not easy.
It's not easy.
That is why we have to be a regulated, present parent ourselves before we ask our children to regulate themselves.
Yeah, I know.
Otherwise, see, this mirror neurons, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm agitated, the other person is also agitated. If I'm calm, the other person is calm. So if I'm calm, my child is learning to be calm.
Yeah.
The role that we are playing is very, very, very sacred and we can't take it for granted.
Yeah.
So we need to put in the effort to become aware, to become better version of ourselves every day.
Yeah.
We don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, sure. So, and other thing, we are talking about teenagers and little bit grown-up kids, but you know what? We are seeing emotional outbursts, not just in toddlers, but even in older children and teens, right? So why are children across age groups struggling so much with the emotional regulation today?
See, again, it's a very, very overwhelmed, stimulated, stressful world, right? We need to learn to let go, and if we have done the foundation stronger of building the connection with our children, we will not face such things when they are teenagers.
Okay, so what should a parent focus on in the moment of meltdown?
Again, it's the same thing. You calm yourself first. Don't worry. See, most of the times when a small child is giving a tantrum or having a meltdown, if it is within the house, we are a little calmer. When it is happening outside, we get a bit agitated because we fear what people are thinking about us, right?
Yeah.
And tantrums is a way that the child is communicating their need.
That's so true. As a parent, everybody has to understand if the kids
not the what, but the why behind the what.
Why is more important here. That's so true. Okay, so many children appear capable of the on the outside, yet struggle with low confidence and fear of failure. Why are self-doubt and anxiety so common in children today?
It again depends on how you reacted as a parent when they failed the previous time.
So everything is about parents.
Oh, yes. 99.99% is parenting.
Yeah.
So if the child, so I'll give you an example. If the child comes home and has a D in math, okay? How you reacted, what are the tools you equipped the child for the child to do better makes a lot of difference the next time when the child is coming and telling you that he has a D. Suppose you screamed, you yelled, you gave a lecture. Oh, when I was small, I did this. I never saw a D in my life. My family is not known for this. How much money we have spent on your tutoring, but this is what you get. And if this is your reaction, the child will have fear of failure.
So, okay, so I'm so glad you said that. I completely agree with it. So, failure can shake a child's confidence, right? So, how should parents talk to their child after a mistake or disappointment to encourage learning and resilience rather than fear or shame?
Okay, let's take an example. You have a 2-year-old child and the child spilled water on the carpet, right? So you say, hey, looks like there is water spill. Let's both clean it up. Involve the child. Tell the child this is how we clean when water is spilled, right? And the child also feel he learned a skill. And there is some sense of accomplishment when you learn something, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you instill that. Then after you play with the child, for some time in the same water, splash the child. Along with the child, you splash water, clean it up, and then tell the child, hold the cup like this. Then you will not spill water. So you're connecting with the child. You did not shame, blame the child for spilling water. You connected through play, and then you're teaching the skill of holding. And if the child spills again, you repeat. You don't say, oh, how many times should I have to tell you that you don't spill water? How many times do I have to clean?
It reminds me, I have seen so many video on that, because I think a lot of mothers, they create that reel about the child taking water or how they behave or what things they say, and there are thousands of comments in there. I love to read all those comments, because they are from different country, different people, and they are saying different stuff like, oh my God, how can you talk to your child like that? Because mother is trying to teach or something, right? So that is very interesting also. Like,
see, again, those comments, those judgments, or whatever you feel comes with your perception, your state of mind. So if I am at my best, I might not yell at my child. If I am already struggling at work, or I had a bad day, I was stuck in traffic for a long time, I come back home and I see my child spill water, then I will lose my cool, right? So again, it depends on my
So again, that's again giving me this thought. Okay, there is no set rule for anything. It feels like, right?
See, there is no set rule, but the basic rule is your calm, your connection to yourself and to your child, and being aware of your thoughts and consciousness.
So basically, child will learn from you. Simple. You are are your child's teacher.
At least till 13, you're the child's teacher. The child replicates how you behave, how you talk, how you react, how you respond, how you handle the situations.
So we can talk whole day if we feel like, right?
I mean, see, for me, parenting is very, 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 very close to my heart, because as a young mother, I made these many mistakes, and
everybody does. I think, have you heard that phrase, like, there is no perfect parent, there is no perfect child.
There are only perfect moments in parenting.
Yes. That's my favorite quote. Anyway, right? Parents often say, my child doesn't open up to me anymore. Why is there such a growing communication gap between parents and children today?
Because we are not connecting with them. We are only worried are asking too many questions, and when they answer, we get into the lecture mode. And to be like, we need to listen to understand, not to judge.
Not to judge.
Yes. And I have one simple framework that I would like to share here. If your children are not talking a lot, it is because you're asking them too many questions.
Too many questions. And then,
see, if you want your children to listen, be silent. SILENT, the same set of letters form listen.
Very nice. I love that. Actually, this active listening goes to everybody, I guess.
Every relationship.
Yeah. I love that. I am enjoying so much. Actually, I'm enjoying this conversation so much.
I'm glad. I can just, once I get into this mode, I can just go on.
Let's move on. Okay. Children often withdraw when they feel judged or interrupted, as you said, right? So what's one specific listening habit parents can adopt right now to encourage more honest, open communication?
Non-judgmental, non-lecturing mode, and don't approach your child as a know-it-all parent, being very, very strict, right? See, as you mentioned, every day things are changing. So accordingly, we need to evolve, right? See, certain things were unacceptable when we were growing up in India. Now, certain things are acceptable and we need to be open to that.
Yeah.
We can't always ask our children to be in our world. We have to be in their world as well.
That is so true. I wish I could talk to you like 10 years back.
I wish I could talk to myself when I was a young mother.
Yeah, really. That time there was nobody to talk to. All these things were like never existed.
Exactly,
I feel,
right? See, they were existing, but we were not aware, and it was not this wide existing as well when I was a young mother. So I was like, okay, this is not working, this is not working, this is not working, but something is not working. So I made enough mistakes, a lot of mistakes that I had to work on those for repair, right?
But remember, that's what you said.
Again,
there's no perfect parent, no perfect child, right?
But at the same time, we should know if we did the damage, we also should be aware how to repair it, how to fix it, right? A very heart, we don't need big tools and strategies to fix it. A heartfelt apology to your child.
To yourself also. Love yourself,
right? See, my parenting framework is very simple. G3, which is like, grace, gentle, growth. Grace to yourself. Be gentle on your expectations. Be gentle towards yourself. Be gentle towards your children. And growth. Every day we need to grow. We are growing with the right awareness. And my framework is calm, connection, consciousness. Be calm to yourself and with your children. Connect with yourself, connect with your children, and be conscious about your thoughts, your actions, and be conscious about everything with your children.
Why is parenting awareness is more important than simply loving our children like in old days?
Parenting awareness today is the most important because we are raising the next generation.
Yeah. Gen Z? You call it Gen Z or what?
No.
What is
I'm
that?
not even talking Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen Beta and all that.
I'm hearing those words so much. I really want to know what are those words.
See, we'll come to that, but let me complete this thought.
Okay.
Right? So we are raising the next generation and we don't want to pass on the unhealed version of ourselves into our children. Right? So first heal, learn how not to repeat those mistakes that generationally people have been doing, break those cycles, be aware, and I would say raise happy, curious learners than high achievers.
That is so awesome. I also believe in that. So most parents deeply love their children, okay, yet still struggle with daily conflicts. Would you say many parenting challenges come from lack of awareness rather than lack of love?
All parents love their children. Unconditional love for their children. But in that, we are masked in that unconditional love. We want everything the best for our children. We keep guiding them, we keep telling them, we keep doing too many things, and that also hinders their growth. And there are certain things called as natural consequences, right? Yes, with unconditional love, we need to be aware of what is right, what is wrong, what does the child actually want also, right? And take it in that direction.
Okay. So as parents, reacting instantly often feel natural, right? So especially when we are stressed out or overwhelmed. Over time, what impact do these automatic reactions have on child's emotional safety and the parent-child relationship?
See, once in a while, if you're snapping out, if you're not, we are human beings. We need to accept that. We cannot be the same perfect, calm, relaxed mindset all the time. Right? So we also have our bad days, good days. We have our low days. Our energies are low sometimes. Our mindsets are different. Right? During that phase, even if you, by mistake, or when you yelled at your child, or you spoke the way you're not happy about it, go back to the child, connect with the child, spend some time with the child, apologize. Hey, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have used those words, and and don't go defending your actions, but go with a genuine apology.
Okay, that's nice. Okay.
And they will also learn.
Yeah, to say sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Right? To really feel bad that my words hurt the other person.
Yeah. So it's like children seem to absorb their parents' emotions without a word is being spoken, right? So how does a parent's emotional state influence a child's brain development and behavior?
It affects them a lot. Because if we are always in that agitated, anxious mode, the child's amygdala, which is the brain telling them, always in the survival mode. When you are always in the survival mode, there is no growth that is happening, right? So when you are, let's take an adult who's, constantly struggling to put food 3 times to his family, he can't think of growth. He is only thinking of surviving for that particular day. Something similar is happening to the child. If their brain is always in the survival mode, and there is no growth that is happening. And after a while, you yourself are feeling that, oh, why is my child like this? Why is my child in a shell? Why is my child always sad? Why is my child not opening up with me? Right?
Yeah. That's so true. So parents often try to change a child's behavior through discipline or rewards, right? So how does changing a parent's awareness first create deeper and more lasting behavioral change?
See, discipline may work for that moment out of fear, but not out of respect. But when you draw a boundary, when you know how to draw boundaries, these are the acceptable behaviors in our family. And again, these boundaries are completely dependent on one family to the other. So what you need to know how to draw the boundaries and keep the boundaries for yourself and for the child.
Okay.
And then you are not punishing the child. You are not teaching the child through rewards. I'm not saying don't buy toys or anything, but suppose we'll take example of Legos, which is very common among children. Buy a Lego, just don't give the Lego and say, okay, this is for you. Involve with the child playing the Legos. So you are giving a reward and an experience. Okay. Experience remains for a longer period of time, how the child felt during playing with Legos with the parents during the process versus how the child just got a Lego and walked into his room.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Gayathri, and it was so much fun, I will say that, and so interesting. I think we can talk about it more. We should talk about it more, right? And hopefully we will catch up on different topics later. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, We Connect, for having me.
Okay, thank you.